being objectively the worst day, but for fun, the best. Okay, time has started and the races have started.
Did they?
Not a problem,
Three of
yeah.
our racers have chosen the male sprite. I'm very happy about this.
Yes, very odd. I also saw that Tom set 7 a.m.
Saturday. They all picked Saturday. No balls.
I don't blame them. Everstone Goldberry being on the card.
The morning palette is great.
It is disgusting. So that would be great. So let's see what our starters are here.
Oh.
Elm.
Alright.
Giving us some of his treasure.
I see Nidorino. That's probably going to be the pick for most of these racers.
Ooh, Muck is on there too.
They have to release their
starters. Yeah, I think taking the Nidorina, evolving it without leveling, and then releasing it's probably the best option here.
Hulk chose the Haunter. TM29. Halkery, what is wrong with you?
Who knows? He's either trying to get different rival info, or he just didn't see it on the card.
Yeah,
it could have got it
on the card. That's so funny.
Halkery already on Route 29.
No, listen, this is actually the big brain strat. Halkery knows that he's going to find a Nidoking or a Nidoqueen on 30, and he's going to run it. Because it's going to be better than anything that anyone else... It's going to be the 10% too, you know.
Interesting. Weeping Bell there on Hulk's screen, which is on the card, as well as Electrode there on Septros's, which is Defeat 2 on the card. So a little bit of info already. Also saw Tomcat encountering a Vapor. And that's a wipe there for Septros to the Wild Electrode, so he's back in his room. Fancy's going back to bed.
Awful. Oh no. How did this happen? I looked away for 2 seconds and the Electrode had destroyed Septros.
Right, well, if we change the goal to get defeated by Electrode...
Get defeated by 2 Electrodes!
Come on, Septros, you can do it. Ah, he ran. Didn't want to give away the...
What it had. It was probably too dangerous to try again. He's already
I would think so. So, different shopping's going on there. Tomcat buying 5 Pokeballs with Bakura buying 10.
I always love to see the way that the racers vary on their choice to purchase, because it shows what they choose to elevate to a higher level of importance. Like, if they buy more Pokeballs, you know the racer has catch goals in mind. If they buy more Repels, they're more worried about blitzing. It's a cool dynamic that changes from racer to racer, and it's very interesting to study.
Definitely, and with 30 owned on the card, there is a lot of merit to going with a higher level of Pokeballs for this card. And nice charcoal must have been... If Septros is just getting there, I'm guessing that was the held item for the starter, so that will give him a lot of money.
Unless he went for the... I didn't see if he went for the item on 29, but... I also didn't see what the held item was for those of them that started with the Nidorino.
Sure, we'll pick it up from their menuing later down the line. Nice Smoochum there for Bakura. Very good main choice. Definitely.
You know, of all the racers here, I think Bakura is probably the least likely to run something questionable. Halkery finding a Girafarig, though.
Now that's a serious main.
Mains. Yes, a very solid early find, if it has a good moveset. Rolling Kick, not inspiring.
Not too bad. I wouldn't base my main choice off it, but just to add a bit of coverage.
It's gonna have Shadow Ball Psychic. Just watch. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Tomcat and Bakura both on rival here. Earthquake Sky Attack. Oh, yeah, definitely the main for now.
I would definitely consider just running it right now.
Yeah, I think with a main like that, it's one of those times where you shouldn't repel through the routes in case you find something better, but going out of your way to say like Route 46 to look for another main might not be the option, although he has a bit of an issue with flying type.
I don't know. I think in my personal opinion, the main of a giraffe would be considerably better than like the average poke. You might just think, no, I'm just gonna go. Now I have what I want. I'm just gonna start blitzing.
Yeah, it depends how much you value the. Well, if you're weighing up the flying types as something you're going to be opposed by, is his only move to hit them Sky Attack. Trying to think what other things.
Which is not a bad move. In many regards, it's actually better than like some of the weaker flying moves like Peck or Wing Attack.
For sure, it's just that 2-turn being slightly slow.
Of course.
Bakura here catching a Vaporeon, which is Confusion Bubble Cross Chop.
That's not terrible. Bubble's obviously pretty weak, but Cross Chop's a good move even just for an early main. Like level 10, Vaporeon's attack starts being noticeably worse than a better poke, for example.
For sure.
But you can get through some really wally fights. Like you can get through Steelix's with like a weak Cross Chop.
Yeah, and while we're talking there, Tom's doing the catching tutorial. Some Garth strats here to get some Ladian info.
Does that help him? I haven't looked too closely at the card goals.
No, Ladian is not in any way on this card.
That's too bad. I like to see people take risks or you choose unconventional methods and get rewarded for it. So it's a shame that he had an Entei.
Oh, Entei here for Septros.
Entei is a weird poke in that like its only stab being fire and then its physical attack being so much better than its special. Not so much better, but at least it's a card goal, so he gets that even if he chooses not to run it. Ancient Power Skull Bash, not inspiring, but he still has nothing better than the Nidorina at the moment, so maybe he's considering it.
Bone Rush coming out from Magmar here.
Yes, that Magmar is angry, and I think it's probably better than the Vaporeon at the moment.
Oh, Tomcat marking off both diagonals there.
There were a lot of card goals on 29. It's very interesting to see that Weepinbell is angry. Oh my goodness.
He's considering it. It's at the front. We might see a Weepinbell main here from.
If there's an early Leaf Stone, that's going to get very dangerous for a lot of different pokes. I saw, what was it? It was Hydro Pump Flamethrower at the very least?
Yeah, those are the two I saw.
Yeah. That's considerable. You don't just pass up a poke with Hydro Pump Flamethrower.
No,
it'll all depend on what
definitely not the best. But...
they end up killing the 2 and the 4 with, because that's usually who the main ends up being, is whatever gets that EXP.
So it also has Sky Attack.
It does have Sky Attack. Interesting. Who do you think is confident enough to just go straight to the 9, and who do you think is going to fight optionals?
I think it's dependent on what wilds they see in front of them. Oh, Skarmory for Bakura there.
Very good find.
Not sure if we went up to 46 or it was just a rare slot on 29.
I didn't see.
Yeah, it depends what wilds they can see here, what level they are coming out of this first. Which now Tomcat and Valkyrie are on that first fight. How sticking with the giraffe, don't blame him.
I don't blame him either. That giraffe was.
Oh, so Skarmory's on 29, and Bakura's the only one who's seen it so far.
They're also not going to assume that it's on 29 just because I don't think any of them saw it. So that's actually a really good pickup for him to find it. Like we'll just assume it's the 10%. Even if it's not, it's still not common. So for him to be the only person to get that goal on a route like 29 in this ROM that had so many goals on it, that's super good for him because they're not going to think to check there.
Definitely. And looking at the card, that now opens up the whole of row 2 for it. Everstone Goldberry from Hulk there. So must be this next item. There we go, there's an Everstone on the ground.
Yep. Well, it's almost a shame that that's free because that means the runners could have gone Monday, and I'm going to have a long talk with them after this because none of them picked the Monday card that I told them to do.
And I don't have to sit here and be angry at runners for going into contest early when
Do
it's
you not
only
like
Everstone
contest?
Goldberry. I think contest is awful. That's just my opinion on it. But especially, for example, Everstone Goldberry is the goal. If you don't get a guaranteed bingo from getting that goal, going into contest early is such a risk when you're not sure whether you're going to find a poke easily to get second or third place, and when you could just find the item on the ground later on.
But finding info inside the contest is such a big deal, though. Like, that's the difference between winning and losing in many races.
Definitely, it's a toss-up on preference for everyone. Oh,
Halk's
double
attempting to
paralysis
go.
going.
Oh man, that giraffe rig is gonna get destroyed if it. Ooh,
All the
good
full power
paralysis
saving in
luck.
there.
Very lucky. No. All skill. I think Halkery knew somehow that this was gonna work out in his favor.
Well, he's through the 9 pretty easily. Let's see how Tomcat finds it. If he's still got that Weeping Bell, he's going to have a few issues. He's going to have to Sky Attack it, I think. Oh no, it has Stab Absorb, never mind.
That's super good for him to have a stab this early, especially one that keeps him healthy during this fight, because it's going to be a long one. He may even need to use a potion just to stay in it.
Yeah, better safe than sorry here. Luckily, the Feraligatr doesn't have good coverage for the Weeping. Septros and Backer are having a bit more of an issue finding what they want to run here.
Well, their pickings are relatively slim. I don't see very many, like, good, solid, runnable mains popping up on their screens, so if they have to use what they have, I wonder if they're confident with that. Septros having the Entei is... it's not... I'm not going to say shaky, because Entei can be very good. But I'm not 100% on what its moveset was. I don't remember it being spectacular the first time we discussed it.
No, oh, really good Faulkner for here for how.
Yes.
Just Earthquake.
Yeah, just destroy everything. I knew the giraffe was going to be good. I'm so happy that they decided that they should run the giraffe.
Learned Sludge Bomb here, and we didn't notice it has Zap Cannon as well, which gets over the issue I was saying with flying types. Sludge Bomb being taught to the giraffe really good for it now.
Sludge Bomb is an underrated move in this generation. Really high poison chance, decent power. Poison is it's a niche kind of coverage, but it's also just a very good move in neutral. Like,
definitely rounds out the moveset. If Earthquake's not going to hit it, Sludge Bomb likely will.
If it unwalls you against flying types, then it's good at this point.
Yeah, never want to put reliance on Zap Cannon. So as Hulk moves to get out of Violet, Bakura and Septros just entering. Bakura actually going back to Route 31 here. Gonna fight the 4 Pokemon trainer here, try and get a bit of experience.
It's always good to know exactly what you need to do in order to continue. Some people would rather just save in front of the 9 and beat their faces against it until they get a good run, but I respect the choice to spend an extra minute just getting the guaranteed EXP from an easier fight from Bakura here. I've done this before. It saved me in situations where I would be otherwise walled, for example.
Yeah.
I think the decision to do this shows a lot of maturity as a racer.
Yeah, understanding it. If you know you have no win condition against the 9, or you just feel you're not in the position to, then getting some experience. Now, whether you come back to here, or you go and fight one of the trainers in Sprout, that's sort of another preference call there. Zap Cannon coming out from the shuffle, becoming a bit of an annoyance.
It's so annoying when you get moves like Zap Cannon, Sacred Fire, things like that, from pokes that don't have great attacking stats, because it's basically just a status move. It's just a Thunder Wave, and you would be so much more okay with it being a Zap Cannon that really hurt, or a Thunder rather, maybe. Like,
Yeah.
you would rather not deal with the paralysis at all.
Tom actually the mission Faulkner
Paralysis, sorry.
the Raikou. He's changed his battle style from set to shift to get through this fight, so that'll be interesting.
I respect it. Sometimes you just gotta do something unconventional to make it through. I will say I've never done that before. I often forget that you can change these things in the speed choice.
Looks like nothing there for Septros. Not sure if he picked up a main on 36. He was definitely over there looking. And Baccarat entering the gym as Hauck's dipping into Azalea Center just to check his reset point in case he wiped.
I didn't see. Does Tom have a particular reason why he doesn't want to run the Weeping Bell? Is the Raikou walling him?
Need to take a bit of a harder look at the fight this time round.
Mm-hmm. Halk with a really commanding lead right now. Is he the only one that's beaten Faulkner?
He is. Everybody else is in the gym right now, and he is starting Slowpoke well.
I still stand by the Giraffe being the best main that anyone has found so far.
Definitely.
I don't dislike any of the mains that anyone's running here, but the Giraffe find for Halk super early was so rewarding.
Yeah, and I think he's the only one who even ran into that, so
Yes.
interested to see later on how rare it really was on route. The Raikou's really causing some issues here. Oh, so he's using the Need Arena to encore the Raikou into Bubble Beam so that it doesn't hurt the Weeping Bell too much when it comes back.
That's a good strategy. I like that. He burned it with Sacred Fire too, which is going to lower its overall damage output and also give it additional damage that the Weeping Bell may not be able to deal very reliably. Very solid strategy. Now we just need to wait until somebody finds a Leaf Stone.
Yep, Baccarat just starting Faulkner now himself.
Mm-hmm.
And in case it was missed, when Hauck won, Faulkner's TM is Dynamic Punch.
Dynamic Punch. I saw, was it Tom or was it Septros who caught the Hitmontop?
It was Septros. It looks like he dexed it and went to 36 to go find it because he saw it had cross chop, and now he's fighting the 4-poke phone book trainer to try and get some experience on it to take it into.
There is a lot of merit to a cross chop Hitmontop.
The rest of its moveset's not great, like Present, Reflect, Egg Bomb, I think it.
Well, you know, they can't all be winners.
Baccarat now through Faulkner as well. And gonna teach that Dynamic Punch. So the softball makes sense.
That's an interesting choice, actually. I don't know if I would have done that. I know Magmar has a very good physical attack, but what does Dynamic Punch give Magmar that it doesn't already have? What kind of coverage or availability does it gain from that?
Yeah, have another look at the moveset. I would think it provides something he's missing.
Well, I'm gonna assume it does, because he would probably not have done it if it didn't, right?
Exactly. We'll see it next time he gets into battle, which may be a few minutes. Hauck now in Azalea Gym.
He is
taking left.
Wow, unconventional
different to normal.
For Hauck.
Yeah.
I think what he wants to do, he knows the other racers well enough that they're going to pick the left twin, and he doesn't want to be left out of info that they would otherwise get.
Looks like Tom may be wanting to take the right twin, considering there's another Raikou there. Good info for the runners who didn't get the Entei.
Mm-hmm.
And Hitmontop learning Psychic here. Not great on a special attack stat, but over Present, yeah, we take.
Anything's better than Present. I have a 20% chance of literally helping you. But that 35 special attack not doing Hitmontop any favors.
No, definitely not. It's one of those Pokemon where even just for coverage, it might not be worth it. Hauck starting Bugsy here in under 20 minutes. This is some incredible pace from Hauck.
I agree. This is unprecedented speed. And
Septros starting the 9 in Faulkner's Gym here. Here comes Celebi. Sludge Bomb really going to help out with that.
And the Celebi being stab pedal dance is going to be an issue for basically nobody, right? I think everyone's running something that resists grass or is in neutral to grass.
Yeah, I think so. Grass
otherwise
being a great offensive type.
I felt like the pedal dance Celebi would be scary, but I suppose that nobody really has anything super weak to grass, so that's good. Nobody opting to pick up items in Union.
No real random item goals now that we have the Everstone Goldberry. And no money goals.
Too.
Did nobody pick it up? I'm sure so. Oh wait, there we go. Baccarat just has Sand Attack there, TM40.
Okay, very good. I knew somebody was going to, but I was surprised when both Hulk and Tom passed it up.
And Hulk is through. Tomcat just getting to the Martin Azalea. He'll be heading down to the well soon. Baccarat not far behind, and Septros fighting the second trader in Faultless Gym.
So
yep, heal up for rival too.
Let's talk about this row 5 real quick. Let's pretend that TM46 exists somewhere, right? Maybe it's somewhere free, maybe it's just really hard to get to, but still not waterfall locked, right? How good do you think that row is?
I feel like it's a pretty good row. It depends on the Dragonair info, though. We know that Col 2 is likely at least in Baccarat's path. It's a really nice row other than the Mantine Skarmory. Celebi info now on Col 4, so the Dragon type helping there. So row 5 really does give synergy to some of the other rows we already see as completable, pending info existing, of course. Oh, and how Giraffe going down to the Vaporeon there.
I saw that. That was very sketchy. The Vaporeon is scary with the bite. It can absorb basically anything you throw at it, and then deal the super effective damage. It has a very good special attack stat. It's not the highest, but it's high enough.
Reading there that it was a double crit on Hal, so interested to see how the fight goes this time round. Would make sense with how he charged straight back in without taking any time to either need to heal or to save before it.
Yes, I assume that he is more than happy to give that a second attempt, because if it were me and I got double crit, I don't feel like I would feel threatened by that. It's probably just a fluke.
Not at all, though he did leave himself in range of one crit coming from the Vaporeon there.
I think that's a risk you take, though. It's not like Light has a higher critical ratio or anything like that.
Well, Septros making his way down to 32 here. So he's everybody through Falkman now. And Baccarat and Tomcat on the same poke, it looks like.
Yeah, it's so different to see Septros so far behind for a change. Anytime I've seen him do one of these weekly races, he's always been near the front, if not in the front. So a full gym behind is his deficit at this point, which is interesting.
Yeah, just struggled with finding a main there, but he does have the black glasses, so it's not all bad.
We just need to find the Mac Cargo. It's gotta be there somewhere.
He can still win.
Absolutely, nobody is out of this race at this point.
That was one.
I think that
he's had no issues anywhere. That was one.
The Giraffe has been very solid, actually. It's taken a few hits, but it only went down the one time, I think. That I saw. I could be wrong.
I'm pretty sure it's only been. He hasn't had any reviving items, so he'd likely either have to reload or wipe for it to have gone down another time, and that hasn't happened.
Like maybe there was one other one in the gym, but it's gonna happen again. It's okay. These races tend to be dangerous. You just assume your main is gonna die to something at some point. You prepare for it. You buy revives in
Critique. Some people take the Goldenrod Mart as well to buy some there.
Hulk deciding to pick up items now.
I like this decision. They're really not that far out of the way. Can help him with money just for buying healing items later on. But
And now that he has
and
the Celebi
understandably,
info, the soft sand becomes a very enticing goal as well.
yes, not having to do those 3 fights for soft sand definitely saves quite a bit of time.
Absolutely. I have done that before a few times, and the amount of time it eats up is, it's not as bad as like Ruins of Alph puzzles, but it's actually one of the more time-consuming goals. It's not a place you can just get to quickly. You have to surf around, and if you don't repel, you're likely to get a couple encounters. And then those trainers are not pushovers. They have decent level pokes.
Very true. Poor Septros there, checking every item in Union to try and make sure he picks up that King's Rock, and then just finding it on the back of Slowpoke Well.
Yeah, but that's part of being behind. You don't don't know how far ahead everybody is.
That's it. Well, Tom heading into the gym, and Backer actually having passed Tom now. The Magmar putting in a bit more work than the Weeping Bell. As to be expected.
It is, and the point where the Magmar will be better than, say, the Victory Bell is... I don't know if there's even like a window where Victory Bell and Magmar surpass one another in either way. Like, Victory Bell and Magmar are comparable. So the Weepin' Bell being weaker than Magmar means the Bakura main is going to get a little more distance, a little more speed in this early stage of the race.
Definitely. We've been trying to learn Endure there, and Tom has actually taken Right Twin, which avoids him fighting that Raikou again, which gave him so much trouble on Faulkner.
It also gave him Dragonite info, which means now I think he's seen 3 Dragon types.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I'm not sure if there was a Dratini anywhere. I definitely saw... Oh, I believe I saw Dragonair. Maybe I'm thinking of a different one.
I feel like at least somebody has seen Dratini, though, because I remember seeing a Dratini somewhere. But maybe I'm... Yeah, there was a Dratini on the guy that had 4 Pokemon. Thank you, Fire.
Interesting.
The bug catcher
So,
one.
Yeah, that's interesting, because not everybody took that one.
Yes, so who did? I think it was...
Just
Septros and Bakura?
Yep, those two.
Mm-hmm.
Anything optional, safe bet that Hulk hasn't done it in this race.
No.
Both Bakura and Tomcat, both on Bugsy here. See which one has more trouble with it. Weeping Bell asleep, and Magmar missing moves. Not sure if it was the Golduck actually missing Dynamic Punch on.
I feel bad for the Weepin' Bell in this case, because I think the Celebi would be pretty easy kill with Flamethrower.
Yeah, it's locked itself into Pedal Dance here, so when he does wake up, should get through it pretty easily.
That signals to me that the Celebi has no attacking moves other than Pedal Dance. So this is just going to be a long and tedious grind. Okay, well, Karate Chop's not exactly better.
Oh, and Septros just wiping there in Slowpoke Well. Gonna have to come back in and try.
This has been a rough run for Septros.
Definitely. Whereas Hulk, on the first of the 2 trainers that you need to fight in a Goldenrod gym here, will be through the Fampi and onto Whitney Shore.
You know, when we first started and Hulk found the giraffe, I said the giraffe was going to be solid. I did not realize it was going to be this solid. This is in the neighborhood of PB time for Halkery, which is incredible speed. A 20, we're looking at like a 29.10, 29.20.
Yeah, anything sub 30 on Whitney is incredibly fast.
Incredibly fast.
And it's not like he has no goals either. Those 2 electrodes on the first route save the time of going out down into the hideout if you don't go and check for the TM.
Yeah,
King's Rock,
you don't need the TM.
King's Rock, again, if the TM's not in there by the King's Rock guy, and Everstone Gold both for everybody's saving time. Although, I still think the most important goal marked on this card is that Mantine Skarmory from Bakura.
Bakura having the Mantine Skarmory is going to put a lot of pressure on him to catch up, though, because now everybody knows it exists early, they can find it if they can metagame it. That means that people are going to start routing as if Mantine Skarmory is a doable goal, and that column is very free if you find it.
Definitely. Everybody will have a rough idea. It's going to be, it's fair to say, one of three routes, 29, 30, or 46. And I will say, though, most people probably head over to 46 first, as only one person's marked it, and everybody's seen encounters on both of the other routes.
I don't know if 46 would be the immediate gut reaction, but I think everyone's thinking it's definitely a possibility, or maybe even likely. Nobody would think 29. I'm sure someone here saw at least 6 slots on 29. So that one extra slot that Bakura found is a huge difference maker.
Definitely.
And
with the
depending
races,
on how good the Raikou info is, that could also open up the row there as well. Because I think most people, okay, everyone but Halkari could easily go buy a Moonstone for the Nidoking. The Pseudo's a Furret. That's so big.
On the card, so I don't blame Hulk throwing a Master Ball at it there. Just get it in the ball and keep going. Everybody's gonna see it.
I would not have done that, but I respect the choice. I see.
With the level there,
and I see Suicune and K Raikou on this card, and I think there's a good chance that I have to save that Master Ball for an emergency.
Yeah, I'm fond of keeping it for situations where you see a Pokemon has, say, Whirlwind or Explosion. And with the Furret only being one level lower than the Giraffe Rig, there definitely was scope for him to just weaken that and use a Pokeball, not having to deal with minimum catch.
And Vaporeon being one of the Kimonos is gonna really, it's such a tanky Pokemon. Like, Vaporeon is so absurdly large. Getting through something that bulky can be a challenge for pokes that aren't as solid as, like, Earthquake Giraffe. And even Earthquake Giraffe had trouble with Vaporeon on, like, Hulk's rival fight, for example. No one else has seen the Vaporeon, because Hulk's rival is unique.
It's very true,
So
though.
it'll be interesting to see how easy of a time everyone else has with kimonos when they get there.
Tom having to head back a little bit now because the Weeping Bell just can't get through Rival. He's going to go and fish, see if he can find something else that helps him. Interesting to see if Bakura being in... Oh, he's found a Mew fishing. That's not only the goal.
So interesting.
It's going to be very hard for anyone to metagame.
Impossible, even.
So let's have a look here what the TMs in the Mard are. One said it may cause confusion, so...
It has Psychic!
Psychic Mew. Wow. Imagine fishing that up when you first got into...
Yeah, I feel
first
bad
get
that
into Union.
He's caught this so late that, I mean, it's still main switchable, absolutely, but it's going to take effort.
Yeah, it'd be hard. This Mirror Coat Tyranitar's really slowing Halkari down.
Yes, it is. If the first two pokes on the kimonos are Vaporeon T-Tar, and they're this much trouble for somebody this far ahead, it'll be interesting to see how the other racers handle that. Opting to use the Sacred Ash, this it's speedy, but I don't...
I like it. He purposely moved the Haunter to the front just so it would die so he could use it after the fight.
I wonder if he does this because he thinks he's so far ahead that he needs to maintain his lead. Because he's the only one who's marked for Kadabra, so he knows nobody else has seen the Pseudo yet.
Oh, and that's a bit Giraffe.
And that's a Sacred Ash that just...
Yeah.
It's definitely
making me eat my
now.
word there.
And he has to go to the... He's going to the Mart? Is he buying Revives instead of...
Buy Revives. Probably get his potions here while he's here too.
Does he go to the Pokemon Center to heal, or use a Revive to keep the Giraffe in shape? Okay, he goes to the Pokemon Center. I know a lot of racers try to avoid the center here in Ekritique. It's slow, I get it.
I think at that point, especially with his reliance on Zap Cannon for certain Pokemon, it's only got 5 PP, so getting the chance to restore that's probably quite valuable too. And we have our first racer releasing their starter finally.
I think everybody but Hulk intended to use their starter for the goal before they released, but nobody
Yeah.
actually went to the mart to get the Moonstone.
Which makes sense. There's probably other reasons to go in there later.
There's
makes
no
sense.
time constraint on release starter for 11, so you can do it anytime. I
Yeah.
respect that nobody. I don't think anybody else is even in Goldenrod yet, right?
We got Baccarat just starting bug catching here.
Yes, but he was the only one who started the Nidorino that's actually gotten through Ilex at this point.
Yes. Interesting to see here. Septros nearly caught up with Tom. So they are in about the same place. That Weepinbell really struggling on right.
Mm-hmm.
See what Contest has. Contest has a female Gramble.
Who was it that I was racing with? I think it was yesterday that found a male Granbull with double edge, and they were just like, "This is the main. I'm going." And it might have been Snorms, and they just completely destroyed everybody. It was over.
Yeah, the race. I think the race was the one where you had the Drill Peck Mega Kick Gramble, maybe.
Okay, that sounds right. That was a good race.
Hulk approaching Rival 3 here. And Backer are going to be the first one to check Contest TM, which is 34. One of the random ones, but not the one.
Not the one they need.
Backer's card starting to get a bit more marked than everybody else's.
Did he catch something in the contest that he marked on the card?
No, not on this occasion. He took a couple of slots and then moved on. Tom checking fishing in Ilex here.
Mm-hmm.
See if something can come up. And a Wigglytuff. Arcanine info also for Hulk there on this trainer. If you didn't see the earlier Growlithe that Baccarat used, that would be really helpful for him to make it.
We also needed to talk about the Evolve 4 potential for those of them that caught the Growlithe, which I also believe does not include Halkery. So I like the choice to start with the Nidorino, obviously, because that's on the card, but then that also counts towards Evolve 4, which means that goal is a lot more enticing for some of these racers than others, and that's going to free up the Call 3 that would be free if they found the TM for Thief.
Yeah, that's a big if though.
It is a big if.
That can go either way. But yeah, that's for anyone who did catch the Growlithe. They're already halfway to that Evolve 4 goal. Any Caterpie or Weedle can quickly get them that goal.
I did not get to hear what the roamers were. I wonder if we have that information.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll just wait till Tom gets there.
If you want to tell us, you could just tell us too. Ooh.
Whilst Snowbear is...
So not very interesting.
Also on Tom's screen here, doing fishing to get this Vulpix that you just saw and accidentally killed for the Arcanine Ninetales goal. Try to get it to come back, but just finding
the worst feeling when you kill something that you were trying to catch. Like a random critical.
So,
is Hulk still on his rival, or has he entered the gym?
I think he is
in the gym.
In the gym, yeah. 5 poke there, and a Kingdra for more dragon info. Whereas Tom's still catching many swimming Vileplumes, trying to get this Vulpix to come back.
I was talking about the dragon info earlier. That's only Hulk's second dragon, right?
Yeah, I think everybody has at least 2 now.
Everyone has 2
some
now.
Some have Dragonair and Dratini, Tom has Dragonair Dragonite, and Hulk has Dragonair Kingdra. So, be interested to see how that info pans out and who that helps.
I'd love to know which racers get benefited by having more info than others in this case. I was hoping you would post it. I was trying to focus on what was going on the screen, but thank you for letting me know what the roamers were.
Yeah.
You said it was Porygon,
Aerodactyl, and
Aerodactyl,
Granbull.
Granbull. Yes. Is Tomo... Okay, Tomo's still...
Mewtwo.
Ooh, big info. Nobody has that info yet.
Nope, and it's smoke screening him. That's annoying. Wow, Tom really not finding this Vulpix. He's been here a while now.
I wonder...
Ooh,
yes,
500.
okay, he came to the... Well, I was going to say he came to the conclusion that I came to, but maybe he's going to give it a couple more attempts. I think to a certain extent... did he find the Growlithe that was on... Was it 30? 31?
Tom?
Tom, yeah.
I don't think Tom did, no. I think only Septros and Bakura saw it. They spent a lot more time looking at slots on that round.
I like the thought process. Like, you want one more for 4 Evolve. It gives you Arcanine Ninetales, which is great, obviously. But he has lost a lot of time to this. I think he's aware it's the 10% now. How long do you continue to search for it before you give up and come back?
In a normal race, if I was sure that it wasn't the common, I wouldn't keep looking. However, I think Tom's resigned himself to the fact that he needs to find that. Because he already lost so much time to the Weeping Bell that he may as well go all in on what he can. But chat making the good point that it's definitely worth dexing it before continuing to fish. But might be a slight bit of tilt going.
But he's just at the point where I think his main would start to be a very powerful force. Like, once it evolves to Victory Bell, it's going to gain a lot of offensive stats. So, I would hope that he's going to maybe give this a couple more attempts and then get on his way, because he has a lot that he can still do from his position.
Well, whilst Tom continues to play Sega Pro Bass Fishing, Bakura has now got into Kimono, and I believe Septros is... Which direction is he heading here? I think he's heading to Whitney.
Oh, we're about to see T-Tar.
Yep, there it is.
I have a feeling this one is going to give Bakura, like... Oh, he didn't go for... Does he still have Dynamic Punch? Because that's what I would have... Okay, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't have it
anymore.
anymore.
He taught it over.
Okay, so... Yep, Septros has done Whitney. He'll be picking up the Farret shortly.
Good.
And a power for good measure from the Tyranitar there. Causing 2 out of 2 races there. So many.
So, what's going to happen now is Bakura's going to leave. Oh no, he's got a Paralyzed Heal and some healing. But the Blastoise is next.
Yep. See if that blows up on him too.
I want to know, how many racers does this Blastoise explode on? I need to know. I want it to be all 4, just for the meme.
How quiver?
Flinch strats?
Mid 42? Oh, Aeroblast. So, won't be happening to Bakura. Yeah, mid 42 Morty there for Hulk, setting really good pace, heading over to go get Fly now.
Yeah, he is on his way. Are we gonna see the sub 50 Chuck? Is it gonna happen?
I think it'll be just over. We're looking at maybe a 51 based on the current pace.
Okay. I think if he has 0 trouble, right? Like, if everything dies in one hit, no encounters on the surfing routes, maybe he could do a sub 50, but it looks like if he's gonna find things like Umbreon when he's on 7 health and running out of Headbutt PP. Oh, no, still dies there.
Tom moved up. Gonna fish in a different spot here.
Okay.
Same route, just different type.
Is about to fight the Blastoise. I need to know if it blows up. I don't want to get too hung up on...
nope, it's gonna Aeroblast and crit him and nearly kill him.
I thought that wasn't a crit. That looks like it was just gonna straight up kill him.
And Bakura hurting my eyes again with Morning Palette. Thanks for that. Though, not sure why, considering Tom's standing out going to every screen, but just walking out of the building. Can we take a second to just talk about how Setros has closed a lot of time down here.
I knew he would. I said early that he was still in a position to make the comeback for sure, and he has proven that his main was runnable for sure. He's made a lot of progress back into this race. The Hypno Top has been very solid, actually. I've paid some attention to what he's been up to. It has been serviceable for sure. It's gotten him places.
Oh, that is a problem. If I'm not mistaken, that is everybody other than Hulk's rival has the Giraffe Rig.
The Giraffe Rig is a scary thing to run into, for sure.
It has Sky Attack for Tom and Setros, and it has Bone Rush from Thakura. So
you know, I said early that I took it back and that Hulk was a genius for not taking the Nidorino, and I'm starting to believe that I actually meant that. Because he has dodged a lot of bullets by not taking the Nidorino early.
That's true. Have we had at any point seen what the Kenya is?
No.
Just how can he picking up the Shucky just from?
It looks it's a poly something. It looks like.
And that's an Electabuzz there.
Okay. It's a poly wag. Very good. Decent for Evolve 4, actually. It gets the bonus EXP, it'll turn into a Poly World pretty quickly, I think. Is it 2018, 22? I'm not sure. 25.
25.
Oh, well, never mind then. And then the Water Stone afterwards wouldn't count as a second poke, would it? It does?
Yep, same line, so you can just evolve it.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, because you can go from... Yeah. Right, Eevee doesn't count for Caterpie.
Will Tomcat ever find the bulb?
I feel bad.
There it is!
There it is! You found it! It exists! It's real! It's gonna have a roar. Could you imagine?
Master Ball, there we go.
Yeah,
that's what
smart.
we use those on.
That's very smart. No risk.
Oh,
no...
here comes Setros up against the Giraffe Rig. Can he kill it in enough time?
If he gets a good crit on
nice.
Cross Chop.
No, the cross chop, yeah.
And then it went for, what was that, Sky Attack? I think.
Yeah, it was glowing. Also, you're going to prove me wrong here with 2 fights left. Hulk has 2.5 minutes to get to this sub 50.
I am a believer. Let's go, Valkyrie.
Oh, Snubble info.
That is
opens up row 4 there.
He is going because of how far ahead he is. I don't think anyone else is even done with Rival yet, right? Or maybe Bakura is.
I think Bakura's done with Rival here.
Has he started the
and
gym?
He'll just be heading in, I think.
Okay.
He's only just teaching Surf though, so we'll see. I think he's about to head into the gym though.
So
get to
with
the first trainer.
with
Yep.
Valkyrie being nearly done with Chuck, finding all of this info early, he is going to start cleanup very early.
He's in a very good position here. So if we look at what Hulk can do, I don't think he has any need. Did he give his rival the Nidorino?
He gave his rival the other starter that wasn't Nidorina.
Okay, so I don't think he's had any info on that goal yet. He
doesn't, and that was why I questioned the Haunter pick at first, because I was like, well, you're not even giving your rival the Nidorina, but
yeah.
I think it's worked out for him. I think his rival fights have been exceptionally easy.
Yeah, definitely in comparison. This Giraffe just turned out to be brilliant. Oh, Whirlwind Scyther there off Metronome. Slash Scyther.
49 Chuck?
It took till 49 minutes in, but what kind of roundo?
That's it. 49.05 Storm Badge. That is very, very fast. My fastest Morty time is like 49 minutes.
Yeah, it's really good pace here. The Giraffe just carried through. Just trying to have a look at what's on the card here. So if we're looking at Cole, he doesn't have Mantine Skarmory. Yeah, Valkyrie might struggle here with what to go for. Let's look at this info. So Apom, its best location is on 32.
32 is not a super great place to look,
Oh.
but it's better than nothing.
I don't mind that. Same here with 43. Yeah, 43 going up to Lake of Ray.
I think that's 42. No, yeah, you're right.
Nope.
It's 43.
43. Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
And the Arcanine is on 44. So not too bad, and it sort of loops in with what he's going to do. If he was to say head to the black belt now, he could fly over there, go up, catch the poke, do the shiny, check the TMs up there.
Now,
You
how
got
many
the
of those
one
does he
round
need?
Dragonair in the water of Siemwood where he already is.
Okay, that's good, because that
Yeah.
frees up that column. All he has to do is alpha puzzles.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he dexed for the Mew Mewtwo Celebi goal in that check there.
I didn't see him check.
Valkyrie's making it look like the other races are going slow, but the time that Septros and Baccarat are in the gym here, like Baccarat just starting Morty, it's really not a bad time. Still could be looking at sub 1 chuck.
No, that's not at all. Oh my gosh, the Dragonair showed up so quick. I
Interesting.
did not want to imply that the other racers weren't still
Oh.
on an awesome
No,
pace.
not
It's just that Hulk is destroying it.
Also, Baccarat has shown me I was wrong there. Morty has a Nidorina, so Hulk does have info for.
Okay, that's good. So he's still
You do
he's
call
still able to
5,
finish that column. Although 30 owned is a bit slow for what kind of pace he's been on, but maybe he'll still do it.
Yeah, it depends. If that's his way to finish, then you still go for that.
I have a
He
feeling
has-
he knows
He
his
could do
path.
row 4 as well, because he has that Hound or Snubble info. So row 4 and call 5, that 30 own does give him 2.
It does, but a lot of goals give him a lot of bingos, and 30 owned might not be on the path that he's picked for himself.
Oh, of course. Just
I have a
depends on what
feeling-
info he.
He probably knows what he wants to do. I don't necessarily see his path, but I think he might. He might also be assuming he knows where things are that he hasn't seen. Like, he might think he knows where the Mantine Skarmory is, and he's routing around that, for example.
Sure. Oh, Celebi in an okay location too. Whilst they're not great locations, any route with just 7 grass and 3 water slots, it's just your middle of the road encounter locations there.
Mhm.
And everything Hulk needs so far, other than that Dragonair seems to be in one of them.
Is Tom still running the Victory Bell? Yeah, okay, he
Yep.
is.
He has been and evolved it. He's actually got his 3 evolved now, if I'm not wrong, evolving the Weeping Bell, the Nidorina, and evolving Volvix.
Yes, he is on 3 of 4. But he's still on Whitney, so that's sort of crippling his pace a bit.
Yeah. Backer are going to catch this Bulbasaur for the evolve goal too.
Yes. Good find.
XP share, or just to switch it on Chuck, for example. That's 1 level, easy for there.
I love finding things at a level where they're 1 away from evolving, because that is so free. It's so hard to find stone evos reliably, and you can't rely on finding things like that every single time when you need to evolve 4. And you know, sometimes Weedle and Caterpie just aren't, you know, they don't exist, so you can't always rely on easy evolutions as well.
Yeah. They may not exist in the game, but Meatpot always exists in my heart.
What's the shiny? I need to know.
Okay, let's see here. Flareon.
That's boring.
Devil Athena on screen.
It's so orange. It's like sunset form Flareon.
And how killing it just to let Athena know that he would kill a Flareon. Essentially the only reason that.
Do you know what that actually signals something to me? That signals to me that Hulk doesn't intend to do 30 owned.
I wouldn't know. Knowing Hulk, I would think he could still go for 30 owned and just do that to be annoying to Athena. I definitely see that in his ring.
Okay. Well, I'll look for the clip later. Do you think, is he gonna check Rocket Hideout now?
That's a really late bike shop there.
That's also a really inconvenient bike shop because
Yeah,
you just bonked. You're like, oh man, I bonked, and then you just get bike shot like somebody's calling you because you bonked. You're like, oh, okay. Well, not
looks like
really a bonk, but a bad turn, maybe.
looks like Hulk is going to go straight for the TMs for Ice Path and Dark Cave as well as the Black Belt. Because he looked up the info on 43 and 44 and then didn't act on it yet.
He's choosing to repel again. You know that there are slots in Ice Path that you need, but I still think maybe the repel is correct because you know how far ahead you are. You don't want to give away your lead just looking for slots in Ice Path.
Yeah, it depends. If he thinks he has a path already and finding random poke goals doesn't really help him and he knows he can finish, then yeah, it's definitely not worth it.
Mm-hmm.
He knows the Celebi exists, so I'm sure Row 3 is probably on his path now that I'm looking at it again.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. And Bakura just arrived in Cianwood, so we're going to see maybe like a 59 chuck from Bakura, potentially.
And we'll see if Bakura checks what the Shuggy is. He does see it's an Electabuzz. We did see that from Hauker.
He found it.
Let's see what the TM is. It's TM46. There we go.
I saw him mark it before I saw him pick it up. I was like, oh, what's the Ice Path TM? I love finding the Ice Path TM and it being on the card. It's one of my favorite TMs to check because it's so free.
Oh, second Everstone.
Very good. Oh, they
I like finding. Do you like finding and getting it? Also, don't like it if you're going at a very obvious time to go and collect that TM. Say you've just marked the shiny and then you mark the random TM. Big giveaway on where it is sometimes.
Yeah.
Although Hulk is banned. Definitely banned. He didn't trade his Dragonair for a Swagma. Not very happy.
He even has the black glasses.
Think how quickly he could evolve it with the trade XP. He's not big braining it enough for me.
Is he still able to get to the black belt from the path he's taken?
I would assume so. He didn't seem very hesitant on going down there. Although it's a bit questionable.
Gotcha.
Maybe he wants the extra trainer XP.
Items or extra EXP could be part of it. Or
and there's the Starmie. Yeah, it pays off for him again. Yeah, I don't think he meant to hit the trainer, to be fair. They were rotating, he just moved a little bit.
Was it an accident? Okay. I wasn't paying too much attention. I was trying to see what the other racers were doing at that point. But I did just kind of see at the corner of my eye Hulk on 46 hitting a trainer.
Yeah, it clicked with me like a minute after. I was like, what? He's fighting for XP. No, he didn't. He just got hit. It happened. Oh, Aeroblast from that Blastoise. Is it only going to be Hulk that it booms on? Yes, it is.
That's so disappointing. Hulk's going to come in here and be like, so how many people got boomed on by the Blastoise? And everyone's going to be like, what? It's going to be funny, actually. I can't wait.
Yep, just him. Oh, there we go. Call the black belt down. And call the last down.
Such efficient menuing.
Yep.
I didn't see him go back to... Okay, so he's doing 6 badges now.
Makes sense.
That's totally good.
Just gonna... If he hasn't got info, he'll go for metagame on the Weeping Bell Gloom. Can't remember if he saw it anywhere.
I can't either. That was what I was going to say, is I can't remember him doing any dexing for Weeping Bell Gloom, but I also don't remember if he even saw it. I felt like somebody had one.
No, maybe he saw it on first pass, because it was 29, wasn't it?
Yeah, that sounds right.
So maybe he saw it first pass and he has it, or maybe he's just going to metagame that it was there. Which, either way, if he goes back to 29, he's looking at maybe finding that Skarmory.
Ah, you're right, Easted. I don't think he even needs it.
Yeah.
If he's doing 6 badges and he knows where it is, that's a free bingo also.
For sure. I would think it's quite a quick bingo for him. TM50 and then 1 puck. If he has the info.
I always like trying to get every bingo out of 6 badges that I can if you're going to choose to invest the time into doing 6 badges.
Especially there, with Weeping Gloom also giving out bottom left to top right, with just the XP share and TM50, which are right next to each other. I think it's highly likely he does go for Weeping Gloom.
It's also pretty likely that he does Elf Puzzles, because I was racing with him last night, and he told me that Elf Puzzles was one of his favorite goals to do.
Here he goes, back to 29.
Imagine if he finds the Skarmory.
Yeah, that will be really important. That'll give him Coal 2 as well.
So let's check in on Tomo. How's he doing? He's fighting Rival, it looks like.
I saw him headbutting a tree in
yes, I saw
Equity.
That.
There's the Skarmory for Hulk.
Oh, big find. And him being on 29 and finding it here, that's going to signal to everyone else that they know where it is now.
Yep. If he marks Weeping Gloom, but at this point, I don't think he minds that too much. Bakura definitely easily got that sub 1 chuck there, by the way. Doesn't look like he's had any issues.
I think it was like a 58, 59.
And Septros looks like he just about got it as well. Oh, maybe not. Oh, no. Maybe he's just going to buy potions.
Not quite yet.
Easy to get distracted with the racer who's further ahead, as new information is always more appealing to watch than information you've already seen.
Absolutely, but it also kind of hurts to watch somebody who is struggling, like Tom is, who's had to reset on Rival 3.
Yes.
And an hour in and you haven't beaten your 3rd Rival fight is unfortunate.
Oh, and there's the Entei as well. I forgot that was there. He's not even catching it. He just wants the Weeping Gloom. He knows his path. I can find a EXP share, TM50, Weeping Gloom, many bingos so quickly for him here.
Without reliable Heracross, Pinsir, Apom, like he knows where Apom is, but he doesn't necessarily want to go find it. He might think his path doesn't include Entei, Suicune, Raikou, or the Apom right now.
I don't blame him. There's definitely quicker ways around.
I don't remember. Did he saw the Snubbull, but did he dex it?
He did. I think it was in an okay location, if I remember rightly.
43? Yeah, that's right. Because we had to correct me on what route was 43. I remember now. Very good. So
and rival killing Tom there, but again? I'm sure he's got one. No, it doesn't. Maybe he's just trying to finish it off here with the Farret. That Para is really unfortunate, but it has.
I think was that his last poke? The last rival?
Yeah.
Poke? Okay, good.
Makes sense.
I'm glad he got through it. That's good.
Well, this Weeping Bell giving Hulk a little bit of trouble here.
Bakura going back for 50 and for EXP share now. Very good.
Makes sense. Signifying over to Hulk, right? You're not the only one through flying.
What is Hulk? Hulk's looking for the Weeping Bell right now, yeah?
Yeah, he must be a 10%.
It's funny that I don't think the Skarmory was the 10%, but
no, it looks highly common.
Hulk making the Skarmory look like a free goal that everyone just passed up on.
This is the way that bingo slots work.
It really is. Like, everybody finds the 10% first, and then nobody finds it again after. He's checking because he's not sure.
Yeah, he's like, am I sure? He's like, okay, yeah, it was. I wonder if he... Okay, he's going to stay.
It looks like it was more common on 31.
Quite possibly. I was wondering if he was just going to go to 31 and look. Oh, there's the Giraffe showing up for Bakura, showing what he could have had. I wonder what he's looking for on 30 here.
What is he looking for on 30? What was on 30? Nothing, right?
Nothing. No, I think he's going for a metagame that might not necessarily pay off. Maybe he's looking for the Weeping Gloom as well. As a meta. Wait, was Starmie on 29? Oh no, wait, that's a level 16. He must have moved while I wasn't looking. Yeah, he's moved over to Route 39. That would make sense.
Sneasel. Sneasel's one of those Pokemon that I've always wanted to be runnable, and in Gen 2 it's just so bad.
Tried it 2 or 3 times, regretted it heavily every time. Would not recommend. Had much more fun running the likes of Bulbasaur and Chikorita than I did Sneasel.
Oh, Chikorita.
I ran it yesterday. Do not advise, guys. Do not advise.
Do we have a Dylan main emote now?
I don't know. just meat pod.
Snowbear made this.
Hawk really struggling to find this Weeping Bell, ever elusive.
Hey, look, it's Snocktowl when it's not on the card. Very good.
I think there's 4 slots here.
Is Tom going for
Tom
roamer
just
strats?
Probably. Why not at this point?
I agree. I think if you know how far behind you are, that you gotta just take every advantage you can. And maybe the Aerodactyl's runnable. Who knows?
So we've got Hulk looking for the Weeping Bell. Septros is making his way over to the Shiny just to get that last bit of the story done. I believe Backer is trying to metagame for the Weeping Bell, which is kind of sad, just because he's in between 2 routes where it exists.
Right. That's what I was about to say, is that everybody's looking for something that they aren't in the right place to find.
Oh, and Tom gets the Roamer.
Finally figured it out.
There's the Roman Aerodactyl.
Nice. I hope it's runnable. I hope he gets it.
I really hope for...
He uses Master
Oh my god, first encounter Weeping Bell for Bakura. What is
That's
this?
So good for him.
That's so rude. So rude. Hulk has put so much time into just looking for this. And he gets it first ball.
30% is a lie, by the way.
Twice in... Oh, there it is for Hulk. He's finally found it. Now, I want to put... I don't have allegiances to anyone in this race. I just think that was unfair.
I mean, yeah, you can totally say something was fair and unfair without having a bias.
Yeah.
That's just numbers.
Okay, so Hulk's now got the Weeping Bell. God, get the ball for Tom. Getting the ball Aerodactyl. It doesn't want to do it. This is summing up Tom's race right here.
2 balls, 1 dream.
1 ball, 1 forfeit.
Ouch. Minimum catch rate is a lie, I agree.
Was I right? Well, Mew has fainted, and based on the amount of movement on the screen, it fainted pretty hard.
I think we're up to Evolve 3 for Bakura now that he's evolved the Weeping Bell with the Leaf Stone.
Yep, I think that's 3 there. So where is Hulk?
Arcanine and he had the Nidorina. Okay, he's looking for Apom. Apom is definitely.
Yep, Apom time. That makes sense. Which would bring him to. Well, if we count Item Finder, that's bringing him up to 1, 2. Oh, first. Oh, there we go. That's a bit of payback there. Yep.
Not
Item Finder will be 4, and then wonder if he finishes with Alf here, just because it finishes him, rather than doing Celebi Soft Sand. Then again, Celebi is on 34, right next to the Soft Sand.
I think if I'm Hulk here, I'd grab Item Finder, I'd go do Ruins of Elf, and then I hit my done button. Because it's easier than finding, because he wouldn't want to risk it being a 10% in the water, right? Like, he just...
Yeah, he's going for Celebi. Yeah, I thought so.
Okay.
It was a very good point made here. This could have been a sub 110 for Hulk, if not for the Weeping Bell.
If he finds it quickly, this will be the much faster time, so I guess I respect the play. Like, you go for speed, right? I would be a coward and go for the guaranteed win, knowing how far ahead I am, but I respect the play. Very,
yeah, I think it's fine to just play the odds a bit.
But probably correct choice.
Might take like 5 on the ground and then 2 in the water, and then go. Fire making the good point that because of when Tom marked the goal, maybe he's inclined to think it's there.
Tom fishing it early was a huge throw
Oh,
off.
Mount Silver for Mewtwo. Kind of fitting. Yep, it's here. How you just gotta go for it.
You just can't
Take
find
5 on the
it.
ground. Yeah,
He's looking. He wants that
that's
sub
4, I
110
think.
so bad.
Oh, there's the 4th evolve for back.
Very good. I'm glad somebody got that goal, because how close is Bakura to winning? Like, if this Celebi gives him too much trouble, Hal could still lose.
Yeah, I think he's quite a ways off at this point.
Yeah.
Looking at,
He would need
looking
6
at,
matches.
he still needs to. He's got a long ways to. Oh, there's the Celebi.
There's the Celebi. Oh my goodness, Hulk is like, get the ball, get the ball, get the ball, get the ball.
And now Tom taking his second attempt at the Roma there and
actually got
catches
it.
it first ball. Oh,
Very
of
good.
course.
Oh, he might. Oh, just past the 110. 110-10 for the done. Oh,
No, he's still got to pick up soft stand.
Oh yeah, you're right. Am I mistaken? Yeah, no, he still needs the soft stand. Okay, very good.
Pick up the items. How? Pick up the 2 items there. There's 2 items right there.
What if one of them was soft sand? Could you imagine?
I've had that happen a few times. Like, you may as well just pick them both up if you're coming down here.
Alright, well this race is all but over, I would say.
Very impressive showing from Hulk here. That Girafarig really carrying through, and this looks like it will be a PB for Hulk.
I don't know.
It seems he can only PB when I'm involved in some way. His PB is I think it was a 116, which was against me maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago in a tournament match, where I was kind enough to give him a rematch after his computer died and was made to immediately regret it.
You should have just taken the free W.
Yep, should have just taken the win.
You'll never make that mistake again.
Nope.
You give him an inch, he'll take a mile.
Being nice there. Dumb being nice.
I would
here.
like to commend the other racers, though. They all
Yes.
had insanely good plays. Some of them paid off, some of them didn't, but everybody played like maniacs. They gave it their best effort, and I respect the fact that they have the tech skill to get as good as they are in these races.
Yeah. Tom has had a really rough race, but this is no bearing on his ability at all.
No, not at all. He is a fantastic racer, and he has still. I mean, who goes for roamer strats? Like, who knows how to do that? That's nuts. You know, if you get that, you have such an insane advantage. It's just unfortunate that he couldn't get it until so late in the race.
That's it.
And that's
teaching his main cut. I respect it.
So 112-11? 112-12. Oh, he put on the black glasses.
Hey! And that's done for Hulk.
112.
112. Call it 112-19. New PB for Hulk. Really solid race.
Very solid. Excellently done.
Bakura just picking up TM46, and with us knowing where a Dragon type is, that's going to be row 5 for him there. Septros picking up the Celebi.
Hey, a Mantine.
Wait, is he in Ice Path?
Yeah, he's in Ice Path.
Oh, of course Mantine's in Ice Path. It's always in Ice Path. And shortly we'll have Hulk in here to just have a quick conversation with him about how that went for him.
I was a big fan of all of the plays made in this race.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I take that back. I disrespect all of these racers for not going the Monday card.
Yeah, could have been done, but I respect in a proper race format them picking the correct day.
Of course, you can't throw the race just for a meme, but it wouldn't have mattered, which is the part that amuses me most. Is if they had actually done it, they wouldn't have been punished for it. Because nothing came out of contest, and the Everstone was free, so...
That's it. No, wouldn't have been punished this time. Wonder if, let's have a look here. See that Tom has a forfeit from where we are now. That makes sense. And it looks like Bakura and Septros will finish this race out.
Hello.
Little hit on top mirror going on in the corner there.
You are a monster.
GG, what a race.
Thank you.
I started off with a bit of doubt. I said, I don't know why he chose the Haunter. I questioned it, and then immediately you got onto 29. And I was like, you know what? Actually, this is big brain. He's gonna clutch this out. He knows what he's doing. This is the 10,000 IQ strat. And then you found the giraffe, and I said the giraffe's gonna be the main. The giraffe's gonna be amazing. Just watch. And
Did
lo and
no one else
behold,
find it?
No one else saw it.
Not in the early, no.
No.
Everyone
Was
else's
it-
rival had it.
Was it a 10%?
I don't know.
I don't have the log. Couldn't tell you.
No.
But
Okay.
yeah, it was.
Everyone
It
had
was
a different
pretty
main.
solid.
Very good. There you go, Helk.
I didn't know the Skarmory was there.
Right.
'Cause I didn't see it in
Yeah.
the first go.
So the thing is, how do you feel after all that time looking for Weeping Bell that when Baccarat Dex figured out it was on 29, because he did look on 30 a bit, he goes to 29 while you're looking and gets it first encounter.
I literally said on stream, "Fuck you, Bakura." I knew he found
Language,
it quickly.
Language,
Sorry.
Banned.
Thank
Your
God
win
you weren't
is
using my
revoked.
audio.
We are now looking for a winner out of Setros and Baccarat. This help is banned.
But thank God you weren't using my audio because I dropped a big F-bomb on stream at that moment. 'Cause I was like, I knew he just went in there, just snuck in there and got it. Which is
It was
normally
on
how it
31
goes.
also.
It was?
And it was probably a little more common there, because that...
I also went to 38 or 39.
39, we saw you. Yeah, we saw you.
It was a 10% on both of them?
No, it's 20.
Bull! Oh, wait, no, I'm 31. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were trying to say...
What was it on 38?
Yeah, I knew it was a 10% on both 29 and 39.
39, rather.
But I was afraid everyone was going to run the giraffe, and I thought I have an advantage because my Haunter came with a Zap Cannon TM. And that literally allowed me to get past the 9.
I like I said, I think the Haunter was the big brain play. I don't know if it was correct, but you still made it and it still worked out for you. So I was like, no, actually this was intentional, and he absolutely deserves this win for that decision. So the Zap Cannon did come up super big for you.
My path changed a lot, actually.
Every time you found something, I was like, oh, his path changed.
My original path was going to be including row 4.
Yeah, I was talking about that
info
because,
not terrible,
2
but
bingos.
30 owned was pretty bad.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh god, why did I write down row 4 as part of my path? And I had
30 owned in a weekly race. What are you doing?
So I had the option at the end to either go for Celebi and Soft Sand or go for Alph Puzzles, and I was hoping that Celebi would take shorter than it would have for me to do Alph Puzzles.
That's what we thought,
too.
yeah. Also, want to say a very quick note about Baccarat. He just climbed all the way down in Slowpoke Well to get the King's Rock, when the item on the back of Slowpoke Well is the King's Rock.
Oh, no.
But he never looked at the item. So
does he not know about that item?
I don't know. He just didn't check it, and he's just gone all the way down for it.
So
that's
but
amusing.
I don't think he checked it.
I knew I was far ahead of everybody when I marked King's Rock, and then Tom didn't mark it for 5 minutes, and then nobody marked it for 5 minutes after that.
Yeah, there were some struggles going on. Tom spent a lot of time trying to reclaim a Vulpix that he fished up on 34, and it didn't show back up for a long time. He was also running Weeping Bell. He ran Weeping Bell, and it didn't go well. We got Septros running Hitmontop that he looked for that was on 36, and Baccarat ran. What did Baccarat run again?
A Magmar.
Oh, the Magmar, from
the only
29.
wasted goal I had was the Ferret,
which is the pseudo, so it's like no time. Although I will say, if you hadn't caught the Ferret, that's a 16, isn't it?
No, wait, what?
Oh no, it's not. No, it's not. I'm looking at
it. If I didn't get Ferret, it'd be a 17.
Yeah. So, how do you feel only being able to get a PB if I'm involved?
I'm just glad I didn't get McDestroyed in the weekly again.
Yeah,
What did
sure.
Bakura just get?
So that's GG for Bakura. That's still a 118 for Bakura though. That's a really good time still.
Really good
Very
time,
good.
especially since he didn't run the draft.
Yeah.
Well, the Magmar was good too. Not like giraffe level good, but it was solid.
So we got Septros who's going to finish up here. He's on 29. Yeah, he's on 29 here, I think. What's he
I'm
going to
actually
be looking for
curious.
then? Mantine Skarmory? Oh, he finds the Weeping Bell like second encounter. Of course he does.
But he has it already.
But yeah, I
Yep,
was actually
and he
gonna
doesn't need it.
metagame. I didn't see Skarmory at all on my first or
No
second
one
pass.
did, apart from Bakura and his last
said it was
encounter
a
anyone had
20%?
on 20. Yeah, but nobody saw it.
So I was gonna go to, if I got desperate, I was gonna go to I was gonna go to 46. That's where I thought it was.
I said that early in the race. I said that because Bakura was the only one who saw it, they would think to go to 46 because like
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
everyone
Yeah.
thought they saw everything on 29. You would assume, right?
do. Yeah.
And I don't know where Mantine was because nobody but you, or was it Bakura that saw it in Ice Path?
Oh my god, can we talk about the King's Rock though, and how many flinches I got with it?
I didn't notice.
Yeah, we weren't.
We were
honestly,
trying
we
our
must have
best
missed a
not
lot
to watch you.
The
But
legacy
Yeah.
of Headbutt lived on through strength because I got so many flinches with the King's Rock equipped when I was using strength.
Also, Halk, fun fact: the only thing that the Blastoise exploded on was your giraffe.
Oh yeah,
I was
it didn't explode on anyone else.
I was so scared when I was doing Kimono Girls. I was like, I want to kill the Haunter so I could have a way to use Sacred Ash.
Yeah, I liked that until.
And then I was like, what do you mean you can't attack the Haunter? I don't want the Haunter to get to level 11. So I threw everyone out there so the experience would be spread as thin as possible. Because I did not want the Haunter to hit level 11.
GG Hulk. I was like, when you ticked up Fervent Kadabra, I was like, okay, is that the Kenya? Because I was in the forest. Then I saw the pseudo. I'm like, no way, he's that way ahead. And then you marked.
Oh, he was.
At the 1 hour mark, he marked off a black belt and colorless, and I was like, what in the world did you find? Then I went looking for the Weeping Bell Gloom, and I found a giraffe.
You found it before me.
Well, the thing was, I metagamed it on 31st, and I didn't see it, but I saw the giraffe, and I was like, well, Hawk probably found this, and then I went to 29.
The fun thing was...
So you went to the wrong place at the same time as I went to the right place, and then you went to the right place and still found it before me.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, he showed up way after.
Hey, guys.
Hi, Septros.
GG, Septros. Still a good time there. 1:21.06. Really fast race from all three finish.
Yay, I can eat a burger real soon now.
Alright, so before the race, Bakura told me to finish the race as fast as possible.
Yes.
So that's the sole reason I zoomed as fast as I did.
I'm very happy. I'm very happy. Thank you. But man, so I ran a Magmar, and the Magmar got bullied in Critique.
I mean, Tom ran a whole Weaving Bell, and it didn't go. If you want to talk about bullied.
Poor Tom.
I think this is my fastest cleanup. I 105 Chuck, right? I think it was around 105.
Just before, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's
just after 1.
This is the
looks like we're
cleanup
coming
I've
off
had in
now.
a while. That just didn't suck.
This is definitely a PB for me as well. My previous PB was 123, and this is 117, so I'm really happy.
Hell yeah. But no, I had a 48 Chuck, and I was like, all right, this is the part where everything is going to take 20 minutes each to find. Because that's normally what happens.
Yeah, I noticed I had I knew I was a crap ton behind. I was 15 minutes behind Hal, 10 minutes behind Tom, and 5 minutes behind Bakura. But I knew I had a really good path in the end game.
Same here.
If I could finish fast without standing for a single poke.
This could have actually been sub 110 had Weeping Bell shut up sooner.
Yeah, easily.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I
wait. Are you complaining about your time? How dare you?
No, I'm speculating on how much further it could go. Yeah. I'm not complaining at all. Like that.
So here's what you do, Hal. You just take this ROM and you run it again.
And then
you just optimize your time on this ROM and throw that PB in there.
You're right.
once you get it
Let
down
me,
to a
let me write
107.
down.
But
Let me
but
write down
how?
the seed number.
I just saw that giraffe. Did it start off with EQ sludge bomb?
It started off
No,
with
it
EQ.
started with earthquake, sky attack, rolling kick.
Also, I also had it was the first time I wiped back to mom.
No.
I remember seeing that. I was like, oh, I didn't know you could do that.
I
Hi,
learned
honey.
Sludge
You're
Bomb
home
leveling up,
early. What happened?
but I learned Sludge Bomb leveling up at like level 8 or something.
What did you run, Hulk?
I run the draft.
Oh, never saw that.
It was on 30.
It was a 10% on 30.
Yeah, I had to go to 36 finally.
I don't know why I
Hitmontop
thought
was
this.
really good, though.
I don't know why I
The
thought the
Hitmontop.
special was
What
so
the
good.
Hitmontop got arrow blasted 10 times.
It did.
Wow.
You're right.
The Magmar I ran had Mega Kick, Bone Rush. What else did it have? Basically, Mega Kick, Bone Rush. That's
Surf.
Mega Drain, and I taught it Dynamic Punch, and then later it got Headbutt, Ice Punch, and Surf. Oh, and Fire Blast, Sorry.
You know, wait a minute. Hold on. I'm trying to think. I didn't do these two. I did this. Hmm.
Sure.
Mhm.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, go watch that.
Yeah.
They probably don't swear over there.
Well, we're gonna send it over to the other Randomania channel. They're playing Final Fantasy races over there. So, thank you all for watching. It's been a pleasure and a blast. Honestly, watching these racers do their
And
thing.
and a real shout out to Hulk, because in all honesty, before we were like, okay, Hulk, just you're okay, you're not gonna lose, and he absolutely destroyed us. So congrats.
Yes, congrats on the PB for sure.
This was a 5-minute PB because my other PB was a 116
Man.
On a snow bear ROM.
on a snow bear ROM.
Man, I need to get some burn heal
Oh.
after this race. Oh my.
All right, boys.
Yeah.
See you guys next time.